Okay.
I think there's some network issue. Yeah, you can take it forward. I'm leaving.
Okay. Yeah. Devjit, you can start from your introduction. What is your previous project? What is your current project? And what is your role and responsibilities over there? Okay.
Okay. Okay. So currently working with ENY. So I'm having around 3 years of experience working at ENY, and here I'm currently working on software deployment. So we have made use of Spring Boot, microservices, Oracle, and MySQL. And prior to that, I worked with multiple other clients like HSBC and Visa. So and they are actually have worked upon payment acknowledgement, payment matching, and approval flow. So they also have made use of like Spring JPA and Microservices. Prior to that, I was working with CGI. So there also I worked in payment and banking domain project. So I was working with their product only using Spring and Microservice. Yeah.
So how much your total year of experience?
6.10 years.
It's past 10 years. So currently you are in ENY company, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in your current project, what is your role?
Yeah.
What you have developed?
Actually, there were like a manager was there who is taking the requirement from the client, and then after requirement, so it was assigned by understanding the actual requirement. So we were having a team who is understanding the requirement, and we were
Hmm.
assigned with the user stories. Then we are taking the stories, and then for that sprint, basically, we were having the
Hmm.
responsibility to complete the story which was assigned to us within that sprint period. So yeah, so we are working on the development part basically, or the debugging or issue fixing part. So if it is assigned to us,
Okay. So you have work over Java 8.
yes.
Okay. So in the Java 8, what changes comes in the date and time API?
Yeah, so basically prior to this, there were separate packages for java.sql.date, java.sql.time. There were separate packages for that. But after Java 8, it came with one package. So java.time package was there. So in that, it contains all date and time related functionalities in one particular package. So we are not importing from multiple packages for date and time separately.
Okay. But what exactly they are introduced? That is okay. They are introduced new package, but what exactly they introduce in Java 8?
Uh, there is like a instance method is present where we can get the instant time. Then yeah, that was the main thing actually, to merge the features of date and time in one package, so to avoid the confusion. And
Mhm.
apart from
They have introduced the new date and time API that is the local date. Okay.
acha, local.
So in the local date, you have a time zone specific uh, property.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
So apart from that, so Java it introduced some predefined functional interface.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah,
So are you aware about all predefined functional interface like functions,
yes,
predicate,
yes,
consumer, supplier?
yes, yes,
So give
yes.
me all definition with one example which we are generally used with the Stream API.
Yeah, so we generally make use of predicate functional interface and function functional interface, which is getting accepted by filter and map methods specifically.
Mhm.
So in filter method, basically there is a predicate functional interface which it accepts, which has an abstract method which is test method, and then with the help of test method it returns me a boolean value, okay, whether that condition
Mhm.
is true or false. So if it is true, it will
Mhm.
return true, and then it will filter based upon that condition. And if it is a
Mhm.
map, so it doesn't increase or decrease the input value basically. So it will map the data whatever it is coming from the input, so it requires input and it will give me the output. So it is also having map method as one of the abstract method in function functional interface. So like that it works. And then consumer is there. So within optional class, it is one method is there if present or else. So it will have consumer as one of the argument. So it will accept the data, but it will not return me anything. So it will have like, you can pass data to accept, then we can directly print in the output like what we want to print, like that we can do. And then for supplier it will not accept anything, it will directly return. So if you want to return without accepting data, so for that supplier will be used. And apart from that, comparable and comparator are there. So comparable is having compare to method, comparator is having compare method. Hello, I'm not able to hear you. You are on mute.
Sorry, I was on mute. So I am sharing one string. Okay.
Okay,
So try to use the Java 8 methods like stream, filter, all the methods will solve this program. Okay.
okay,
There is a tree, tree has leaves, tree. So there is a string, okay, that contains there some words like there is a tree, tree has leaves, leaves are green. So in that string, some words are repeating. Okay,
okay,
tree
okay.
are coming two time, leaves are coming two time. So
Hmm.
our objective to count the duplicate words. So your output will be tree equals to 2 and leaves equals to 2. Okay.
Okay, only duplicate counts we need to show, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Should I share screen?
You will share the screen. If you have any ID, you can use that ID. Okay.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. Yeah. So better you can use ID, Eclipse ID.
Yeah, it is opening basically. That's fine.
Okay.
Open. Yeah, it's coming trees coming two times, leaves is coming two times. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we just scroll big this program? Mhm. And now you can explain why you are using for loop.
We are here. So yeah, so
Mhm.
basically we are trying to take the string values in the array and storing it in the list, and then we are processing it here because stream works upon the collection object. So basically, that's why we have put it in list and then we are processing.
No, but you can directly convert this with the stream object.
Uh, it yeah, with
There is no need to iterate one and then you are adding that a list.
yeah, we can make use of like arrays dot stream, I think, and directly
You can try.
yeah.
Now you can run.
Yeah, it's cool.
So line number 18,
Mhm.
that is a map. So why you are again apply the string?
Yeah, because I want to fetch the data which are duplicate, right? So I'm putting the condition here. If for value greater than one, those are duplicate values. For that, I'm printing the key and value.
So why you are using entry set?
Yeah, because a map is not a part of collection interface basically. So that's why we have to convert it into a set type, set of map.entry type. So that's why we are converting it into entry set.
Because map contains the key and value as a pair of set.
Yes, yes.
So because if you check, the map contains the key as a entry set. Okay.
Yeah.
In an entry set, we have the key and value pair.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, because if you print uh, res map, it will be give to complete structure. Okay,
Acha.
but if you require the iteration, so you will be use entry set.
Okay.
So like what exactly change comes, like this is a map, like you take a map. Okay.
Mhm.
So either you can take map or hash map. Okay. So
Mhm.
what is changes comes for the hash map in Java 8?
Yeah, so after Java, basically, whenever we are trying to insert the data into the map with put method, so it will all the nodes get attached to a particular index in the case of hash collision. So if multiple keys are having same index, so it will point to the same bucket. So in that scenario, if it crosses the particular threshold, so time complexity used to become O of n in worst case scenario. So to avoid that problem, after reaching a particular threshold, after Java 8, structure has been changed to red black tree, which is basically a binary tree. So in that scenario, time complexity becomes O of log n. So to reduce the time complexity, it has been changed. And once it becomes less than threshold value, it will become linked list format only.
Okay. Okay. So what is the threshold value?
Uh, I think around 8, 8. If it crosses 8,
What is the meaning of threshold?
yeah.
What is the meaning of threshold?
Threshold is a point like after which the it crosses the limit basically. So after reaching that point, it will start increasing the time complexity to return the response.
In the general terms, what is the meaning of time complexity and the threshold value?
Yeah, threshold is actually the limit after which there is a drastic change occurs in the response cycle. So whenever there is input and we are getting the output, so after reaching a particular threshold, it will be a linear or constant flow, and after reaching a threshold, it can become a exponential flow, or there is a sudden change in state of the response cycle. So that is the threshold. And time complexity means how much time that particular algorithm is taking to give the response for the code which is written. So we can optimize it with proper data structure so that we can improve the time complexity.
Okay. So I pin you one more array to you. There is some element. You want to shift this all one, okay, into the left. Okay, all one. Your output will be like that. And we use the at least less time complexity over this. Okay. Make sure
Okay.
you are using very less time complexity.
Shifting all ones to left, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You can write the program.
To left. So, from right. Okay. Go from right is not out. It's not printing anything. Okay, we're not calling this method. Okay. It's coming. Hello.
What is the time complexity of it?
Yeah, it's O of n plus O of n plus O of n. It's O of 3n, which is O of n only.
Mm-hmm. But you have what you have done. Can you explain?
Yeah, I've taken the array. So this is the data which we need to shift to left. That I've taken one variable j which holds the last index data. Sorry, last
Mm-hmm.
index value. So the last index value ln minus one whatever is there will be stored here. Then I'm running a loop starting from last index till the initial phase, and then I'm checking
Mm-hmm.
okay, where and all non ones are present. So
Mm-hmm.
wherever one is not present, that I will fetch it, and then I'm putting it into the existing array. So
Mm-hmm.
array at I am fetching the data like first one is not equal to one, so nothing will happen. Then three will come. Three is not equal to one. So array at j, which is pointing to the last index, at that point the non-one data will be stored. From array at I it will store to array at j. Then I'm decrementing j minus minus because last index is now stored with non-one value already. So I am decrementing it. So like this it will run, and then all non-one data will be stored in the right hand side. So I'm taking this pointer. With the help of this pointer, this will tell me okay, at what point non-one will be finishing. So
Mm-hmm.
somewhere here or here the non ones will be finished, and after that from 0 to this particular index there will be other all ones we need to put. So non ones are finished. So I'm running a loop from starting from 0 to j, that is the index after which the non ones is finished. Then I am taking the data which is set over here, and then I'm storing it in array at k. So from 0 to jth index it will store the data, and then I'm printing it. So like this I'm doing. Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay.
So you have worked over Spring Boot and microservices, right?
Yes, yes.
So in the Spring Boot, how we are handling the custom exception?
Yeah, for that actually we can create our own custom exception class. So that class we can create, and then we can extend exception class, and then within that we can create our constructor for that class, and then we can have a super method for that basically. So from the caller method, from where we need to throw the exception under certain condition with if, we can have in the method definition part, like if certain condition is satisfied or not satisfied, then we will be throwing
So
uh, throw new that
just
exception.
give me the steps. No, that I know.
Yeah.
Like first step, you are creating one custom exception class.
Yes. Mm.
Okay. Okay. After that, what we will be did?
Yeah, we will be extending the exception class with extends exception class, and then
That is fine. You are creating one class that is extending the exception. Okay, that is fine. But after that, what you will be do?
we will be creating constructor in that class, and then we will be adding super method basically, so which will accept that message and it will return that exception basically.
Only
So
this that is enough in Spring Boot.
no, not Spring Boot. It is normally I'm telling. So in case of Spring Boot, we can create REST controller advice class, and then we can have exception handler basically in a method, and then we can whatever exception we are throwing it from there, we can create a map for that, and we can create a method with exception handler class, and we can create a map for that error. Like it will store the ID, name, and description for that, and then we can return it from there. So if that exception is being thrown, it will go to the controller advice before giving the response, and then it will, if there is any exception coming, it will be thrown and shown into the response.
What is the role of response status in that?
response status. So we can set the status basically. So what status you want to return. So if we are creating our own status code, that we can set it over there, or else we can make use of inbuilt status code. And the response status basically it may contain like a code and a description. So if there is any specific HTTP status code, we can add it with a description so that it will return it back.
Okay. So in Spring Boot, how we can use the two data source one project.
Yeah, we need to provide a configuration first in YAML file like spring.datasource.url, username, host, password, port. We have to provide for both the DB sources. And then we need to create our own entity manager factory class. So there we have to provide a proper configuration with proper condition, like under what condition that particular data source will be executed. So we'll be writing specific configuration there, and then there will be entity manager uh, where we will be telling like which database needs to be used for storing what data. Then we will be specifying like this data will be storing in this data will be storing to this database. So then after that we'll be using it in our service layer classes.
And what is the use of @profile annotation?
Yeah. So basically, with the help of accurate profile, we can have there are various type of profile, right? There is like a Dave is there, then SIT is UAT is there. Then either we can put it in XML like spring.profile.active equal to Dave, or else we can put it with annotation like accurate profile, and you want to activate Dave profile as of now. So like that we can do.
Have you tried? Have you used any time @profile annotation in your application?
Actually, in our project, we have put it in the YAML file basically. Spring.profiles.active colon dev, like that we have used.
Dot YML, that is fine. You are changing in YML file. That is only one step. But the next step is that you will be also use that profile annotation in your application.
Yes.
Without it, it's not work. Like if you are using two data source. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So for the two data source, you are creating two application.yml.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
that is fine. But how, how you configure which data source will be used for that entity? How you can these things you can identify in your application. So for that, @profile annotation is used.
Mhm.
Over there, you mention like you created two data source. So like you can say data source one. So you pass the name data source one over that your configuration class. That's only it will be read from that YML file to that particular configuration class.
Okay.
Otherwise, your change is not work.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, you will check also. Okay,
Yes. Yes. I
if
will
you are
check.
practically work over that, so you will be definitely go that things.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you have work over Spring Data JPA.
Yes. Yes.
So in Spring Data JPA, how we can call the procedure?
Actually, I haven't made use of procedure in my project basically.
Fine. So just give me the name of repository which you have used in Spring Data JPA.
JPA repository basically we have made use of. So we are creating interface for a repository, extending JPA repository. Then we are passing
Mm-hmm.
the entity name and the data type for that primary key. Then we are writing methods like if it is normal generic methods, we can use find by ID, find by column names. or else if it is we have to fetch data from multiple columns, then we are creating one DTO layer where we are writing all the fields which we need to fetch from multiple tables, and then in the repository layer we are writing at the rate query, then value equal to select, then we are writing fully qualified class name, and then we are passing those columns which we are created separately for the DTO layer, and then we are joining it with multiple tables. So like that we are doing.
Okay. So what are the stereo annotation in Spring Boot?
Yeah. So there are multiple stereotype annotations like added component, service, repository, controller,
At the rate component, at the rate repository, and
added controller, added service.
the rate controller, at the rate service. Okay. So why these are named as the stereotype annotation?
Because these are the aliases for added component basically. So controller, service, repository, these are different names, but these are aliases basically for added component. So if we go inside the component, the declaration part in the code, so there it is defined as interface added component, alias for added component. It will be showing in that service and repository annotations implementation.
So in microservices architecture,
Mhm.
what all design pattern you have used for microservices?
Yeah, for handling the issue with the distributed transaction, you can make use of Saga design pattern. So there it is like choreography design pattern, orchestration design pattern, and there is circuit breaker design pattern as well. So if one microservice communicating another microservice and that is taking so too much time to return the data, then and there we can make use of circuit
Okay.
breaker design pattern. So we can
Mhm.
have the retry attempts basically in the YAML file. So that many
Mhm.
times it will retry. If it is failing after that at third or fourth attempt, it will give the default response to the UI like this microservice is down. Like that we can do.
So you have worked over circuit breaking and Saga design pattern. Only two you have worked.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you have no idea about API gateway, service registry, service
Uh,
discovery,
uh,
service mass.
Actually, API gateway we have made use of Mule actually in one of our HSBC project. So it
What
is,
is mule?
yeah, Mule is acting as a gateway between the UI and the
Mule or Joule?
uh, actually they are using Mule basically they were telling.
Mule. Okay, mule. Okay, okay. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, so it acts as an intermediate way between the UI and the controller REST endpoint. So before sending the actual endpoint to the controller, basically we are changing the endpoint details and we are seeing the data whatever is been passed from UI. So what all data has been sent, and then security purpose also API gateway is being managing. So with the help of that, we can check basically the token keys are matching or not, what authentication server is generating and what actual public access token key is generating. Based upon that, the request gets authenticated and then it's allowed to pass to that endpoint.
Okay. So, Devjit, so currently you are working in ENY company, right?
Yes, yes.
So, only you have started your career from ENY and you are continuing over there, right?
No, no, no. I've started my career from one startup company, IOLA Technologies. Then I've worked for 2 years there. Then I worked with CGI for 2 years, and then started working at EMI.
You, in your resume, you have only mentioned the okay
No,
A,
in
B,
the
C.
top I have written for EY, then projects for that, then CGI, then projects for that, then
Highlight technologies. Okay. And 17, 19, 90, 21. Okay. In there, you have working on three projects.
yeah.
Okay. So why you are looking for job change? Like E and Y is very good company and you are working very latest tech skill or you
Yeah,
are looking
actually,
for
it was very. They were very short-term projects. So after the recent project, which has got started just 2-3 months back, so it is about to get finished in this month. So continuously, I have seen like 2-3 projects. It is getting finished within 2 to 3 months. So I was looking for long-term sustainability project basically. At least for 1 to 1.5 years project is there, then it will be better basically. So it's like continuous switching. It's I was not feeling much comfortable in that. That's why I was changing.
but as
it.
as your experience. Like that is very good. Like in your one project in Visa, you are upgrading the Java into the Java 17.
Yes,
So at least you will be go hands on over the Java 17. So
yes,
that is
yes.
the good. You are upgrading your technology in the day by day. You are changing the project and you got a chance to working on the latest tech skills.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
So
But that was only for migration purpose. Task was there. After migration task was over, and they released basically. So they were taking for specific task. The interview was happening. So after completion of that migration, like it was over. So continuation of task was not there basically.
okay. So EY is located in Noida, Sector 63, right?
Yeah, they're also there, but I'm staying in Bangalore basically. That UBCT is there. In
Okay,
that 13th, 14th floor, there actually. EY office is there.
okay, okay. So this is in your Bangalore, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Devajit. And what is the reason why you are joining late in the call?
Actually, I was giving interview for another company, so it was about to get finished in 11:30, but it got stretched to 12:06. So that's why I was not knowing it will be stretched so much.
So, okay. So, are you serving the notice period?
Yes, yes, I'm serving notice period.
What was your last working day?
It's 4th of June,
4th of June. Okay, coming. So, and what is your official notice period?
90 days.
What was your official? Okay. So, good. So, like in 90 days, so like how you get the first offer letter for your 90 days? Have you resigned? Then you have tried or
No, no, no.
directly?
No, no, no. Actually, I did some negotiation, so I've increased my skills a little bit on that. So actually, some companies are having 90 days notice period, but they are asking other companies candidates to join early. So actually, I've seen like most of the companies are not having that much urgent requirement, but they are telling like we need urgent requirement. So there we need to negotiate basically. So that we are
So,
actually talking.
like every that is a simple truth. कि Every company has 90 days notice period,
Yes,
but
yes.
they say कि we want a candidate on the 10 days.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
correct.
or 1 month maximum. So, have you got your first letter from 1 month?
No, no. I have told like yes, I know that it's 90 days notice period, and actually it's a tight deadline attached to the project which I'm currently working in, and I'm a sole contributor there. And one more person is there who's working in DevOps and contributing in our project as well. So that's why I need to deliver it before time as per client schedule. So I will try to reduce that notice period time by 20 to 25 days. So if it is acceptable for you, then we can proceed ahead with the further offers. But they can understand, like yes, most of the company have 90 days notice period. If they can negotiate with little lesser days, then I can proceed ahead with it. Then after entire workflow happens, interview, everything happens. Then at last we can tell like yes, we have thought of it. So we will be talking with first our company, like whether it's possible or not. If it is possible for buyback, then it's fine. Otherwise, we can go back to them like yes, we have discussed with our company. So we have discussed with client as well, but client told like we need to deliver it as soon as possible, and there can be a chance of some exception to come, error to come, and we need to hand over our task to new person. So new person will again take more time to understand the project and deliver. So that's why we have to give KT, and also those things will take little bit more time. I will complete a task 20 days before, but to deliver KT and make them understand the entire thing to the team, this that will take a little bit more time. So like that, actually, we tell.
Very good, Devas. Very.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed. Okay, this is not the part of technical. Okay,
yeah, I can
apart from
understand.
that, learn something from your side.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay.
So, anything else from your end before wrapping the call?
Yeah. What kind of project currently CoForge is working upon? Which tech
Like
stacks?
this is hiring for the Walmart project.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Walmart Bangalore.
Okay. Okay.
So that is very good client, and if you are a good candidate, you will be very good exposure with the COFORGE with the Walmart.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, no, this much only as of now.
Okay, Devajit. Yeah. Thanks a lot for
Okay.
your time. Yeah.
Okay.
Have
Thank
a
you so
nice day.
much. Yeah. Thank you.